Subscribe to the Monaresclub.
In my deck profile, I took the Shop Champs. My last match is still going on, but I did pretty well with it, so I just want to show you guys off it. The leader, pretty standard. When his card attacks, draw one, but he has a second auto. If you have 2 more energy and you if you play a battle card from playing it from your drop by revealing it from the top of the deck, you can go down to 5 life, untap 1, draw 1, and it's pretty easy to do with the deck, but it's pretty strong. And then Awaken is just a 4 life, draw 2. You pretty much never want to hit that Awaken. I think it's pretty bad if you're in that situation. On the Awaken, this is the entire deck essentially. When he attacks, he gains +5 for the turn, and he draws 2, and he puts 1 back on the top of the deck. So cards in your hand that you want to be on top of the deck aren't just stuck there. Activate main, you add up to 1 Android 18 Defender of Heroes, which is this unison. You add it to your hand, and then you put 1 back on top. And activate main, Spirit Boost 1, reveal the top card of your deck and put it in the drop. The leader is essentially its own engine, which is really good. And the unison, this unison is actually probably one of the best 1-drop unisons in my opinion. Auto once per turn, if you lose a marker via Spirit Boost, you rest a battle card. It's pretty good. Activate main, +2. You look at the top 3, and you place them back in any order. This helps you look at what you need, and helps you dig through your deck a little bit. And then -2, you draw 3, and then you put 2 back on top from your hand. It's essentially a free draw card, and it sets up your engine for like 2 cards. It's really great. And you run 4 of it because you just want to see it turn 1. Turn 1, it's not dying. Similar to like Red GT, but not as great. To help with the searching and putting stuff on the top of the deck, we play the extra card, A Trip to Hell. For one yellow, because this extra card is naturally free, draw 2, you put 1 back. If your leader card is a Son Goku GT, you draw 2, you place 1 back on top, and then you place the top card of your deck in the drop area. It's pretty. So this helps you get your turn 2 Awaken as fast as possible, and then activate main, limit 1. You just essentially pitch this card, you reveal the top deck, and you put it in your drop. It's great, love it. Some of the battle cards that we play for the engine. We have, I read 3 of the Self-Restraint Super Saiyan Son Goku. He's a blocker. The auto is for 1 yellow. You play it from the drop area when it's revealed from the top of the deck and placed in the drop area. And the second auto is you draw a card, and you can choose to put a card back on top or not. It depends on what the situation looks like. And you rest a battle card. This card is great. It just lets you draw free cards. It's also a 19K, so like most leaders just don't get over it. We run 2 of the trunks. Same auto as the Goku, except it's free. And then on play, you draw 1 card, place it back on top, and place 1 on top of the deck. Just sets things up. And the activate main, Spirit Boost 1 is basically the same as the leader. If your leader card is a yellow Son Goku GT, top of the deck, shoot a drop, you know the deal. It's fantastic. The next card we play is Panda Brawler. This card is iffy. It's great. It's it's the same auto, but it's free, and then it plays itself only if your opponent has 2 more energy, but it can also give your leader crit. So like early game, like if you're going second and you get this card for whatever reason on top of your deck, you give your leader crit. It's a 20k crit that your opponent really can't do anything about unless they want to combo cards out. So it's pretty good. Potentially the best card in the deck, in my opinion, like bar none. SS4 Son Goku the Brawler, same auto as like all the other ones, except on play, choose a battle card, rest mode, and KO it. And it's double strike deflect. So this thing is just gonna hit board and kind of terrorize your opponent, and then you can't really do much about it. Like, I think only red has like Videl, and that's about it. That's like lots of other things don't hit this, so it's pretty good. One of our boss card, Son Goku Return of Dragon Fist. I think most people know what this is. This card is the yellow boss card, so I'm not really going to explain it too much. We run 2 Frieza Army Reinforcements. This card is really good in this deck because you go down to 5 naturally with the Awaken Auto. So you can just take a life with this and be at 4 with super combos. And speaking of super combos, 3 Krillin and 1 Chile. Chile is really good in most matchups. If your leader card is green or yellow, you can choose which is used in a combo from hand. You can choose either your opponent's Unison or leader card and switch to the rest mode. And being able to switch leader cards and Unisons to rest mode, it's kind of like a second power of a Super Saiyan because that's got limited to 1, unfortunately. For our negates, Forbidden Power, better Nimbus. You can't tell me otherwise. This is just better Nimbus in every regard. Frieza, because we run a lot of extra cards, because our engine naturally runs 4. Realm of the Gods, Black Kamehameha. You really don't use it for the on-turn auto. You use it during your opponent's turn just to rest 2 battle cards, and draw a card, which is just cracked. It's just amazing. We run Release from Evil. Really good this format, especially with this card running around in yellow. It just says any card just doesn't like if they do the -3 effect for this, and you have Release from Evil in hand, they only get 1 attack. It's not great for them, so it's pretty good. 3 Vegeta, Prideful Transformations. It's not great this format, but you know, it's just a blocker at the end of the day, which you can use. Goku, I like it because it pairs well with the Android 18, and then you know, it's board control as well. One of Mira, Creator Absorb, because we're yellow and we have access to Swift Retaliation Cooler, so late game you can just put a double strike on it, and you just counter it for free. You run Poutine because we're yellow and we kind of have to. Because we run Poutine, we run Bergamo. Not much to say about this card. This card there's a reason it's a 1-of, and that's about it. Speaking of 1-ofs, our Super Saiyans, this card just needed to be hit, and I'm glad they did it, but I miss it. 1 Vegeta Final Flash. I want to run more, but most times other than not, I feel like this thing just gets really clunky, and with like yellow kind of running around and battle card, like big boss battle cards, not like just like coming down later in games, you just kind of just don't really care. A lot of them just have like double duel or triple attack, so it's whatever. 1 Champa. I think every deck should run a Champa. Then Absolute Annihilation for those really late blue games that we all hate running against, like a Gamma and Baby. Gamma and Baby is super fun to play against.
Guess what? There's Gamma and Baby standing right next to us in the room.
And I'm just going to go over my sideboard real quick because I think there's some good cards that people should really look at in yellow now. Opening the Gates of Hell. So the only reason this is good in Helku is primarily because of your Android 18 units. It doesn't get around deflect. However, if they don't have barrier, Android 18's auto will resolve and put it into rest mode. Essentially just saying you're kind of fun, like you tap 4 energy from nothing. You're not going to get any value. Maybe you get a board wipe. Cool. I really don't care. By the time you're playing yours out, I'm playing Return of the Dragon Fist. 2 Koitsukai. Everyone run this. You are a fool not to. We run another Release from Evil. It's actually really good against the Gamma matchup. And you kind of want to see it more against it, because if they tap out and they swing at the leader for whatever reason, you just say no, and they don't get their auto. It's kind of neat. I run a 3rd one of this. Probably will take it out, but it's good for those matchups that they don't have a lot of barrier. 2 Chi-Chi. Didn't really come up today, but it's good for blue matchups. 3 Roomshi. This is kind of like another spicy tag option. Your Unison gets really big anyway, and against board and against decks that go wide but don't have a lot of barrier, paying 2 for a board wipe draw card, kind of really good. And it's not even like that you're going neg, you're going completely even, or you're completely board wiping. It's also a 15k body, so yay. Tyrannical Blow. Floodgates. Not a lot of decks ran Floodgates today, so I didn't really care too much about it. And then 2 Gohans for the one and only green matchup that I didn't play today. So, but overall, I think Helku is actually incredible this format. I'm waiting on some Turles All Too Easies. I think those will actually be added probably next time I do a Shop Champ. Unfortunately, the person who I was supposed to get them from forgot them, but you know, the fact that Helku can just say whatever and just run its main engine and still be a threat, pretty good. Overall, I placed, I think, 3rd or 4th? Unsure. One of those 2. But yeah, I had a great time. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.